Board Manager, if you would call the names of those public speakers who signed up for open forum.
Certainly. The two names I show are Perla Casa and Julia Mai. And anyone, please.
Ladies, actually on the, we do open forum, we have a little different rule, but we don't see time. That's our normal rule during open forum, we can see time and all the other items. So were you planning to just have one person?
Just one person as long as she's
Okay. The only reason I am stickler about this is if I break it one time and I really break it all the other times. But is it possible that two of you can speak, or
one speaker is fine?
oh, okay. Thank you. I'll give you 3 minutes.
So these ladies are Cora and Jim.
Honorable Council members, good evening. My name is Perla Casas, and I am a lifelong resident of the City of Oakland. I am 16 years old and also a member of the Oakland Public Library's Youth Leadership Council. What brings me here today is the fact that the city has reduced its general fund contribution to the bare minimum of $9.1 million for the Oakland Public Library. To make up for this reduction for the city, Oakland Public Library heavily depends on Measure Q. This is a greater burden than Measure Q can support. As a result, this poses a threat to the library's funding, which translates to 6 imminent library closures next year, in 2015. We cannot allow any of our libraries to close. Our libraries are truly significant resources for the youth of Oakland. Thousands of youth in Oakland utilize the libraries for the invaluable work experience. Based on public data for 2013, over 17,000 youths have attended young adult programs, and over 13,000 hours of volunteer work has been completed by the youth in Oakland across all branches. Taking away this valuable resource for youth would be disastrous. I have the honor to represent the voice of the youth of Oakland, the patrons of our libraries, and of the future of our city. I implore that you all seriously consider the impact of library closures on the youth and prioritize the allocations of our city funds. Please vote yes to add $500,000 to Measure Q as an important step towards addressing the budget gap. Thank you for your time. Good night.
Madam Chair, let me also submit my apologies to 2 other members of the public. Their cards were separated from open forum, Mr. John Klein and Mr. Bruce Knight.
So, Mr. Klein, welcome. You have 2 minutes.
Hi, my name is John Klein, and during your consideration of the budget items right now, I hope you will consider fully funding the Public Ethics Commission. I believe that they are asking for up to 6 staff and investigators, and they really need those people on staff to make it function. I know that they sent me letters about this, they've made recommendations. They're currently working on legislation to beef up both what they can do for the city of Oakland and transparency for the residents of the city of Oakland. And they'd also like to see the terms of commissioners lengthened to help keep the institutional memory there. There was a time when complaints to the Public Ethics Commission were handled in fairly timely matters. That has slipped quite a bit, and I'm certain that that's because of the lack of staff. And so they've got a backlog now of complaints and issues that citizens have brought forward. They are dealing with issues, sort of putting fires out, as it were, right now. And that's just not the way ethics should be maintained or dealt with in the city of Oakland. So again, in this process, I hope you will consider fully funding the positions that they've asked for. Thank you.
Mr. Nye, are you in?
So then that would
conclude open forum. Madam Chair, I understand that there is a desire to take items out of order.
Yes, I received a request from the administration to take items 5, 6, and 7 before item 4. Item 4 being the budget item. The other 3 items are sort of shorter items, and so hopefully won't call them too long. So I would like to proceed in that order: 5, 6, 7, and 4.
And calling item 5 is a resolution establishing.
Madam Chair, may I take a point of order, member? I would ask that we adjourn the meeting this evening in the memory of Natalie Slivka. Many of us know Andy Slivka of the Carpenters Union. His only child, 22 years old, tragically died in his violence. And her services were this weekend. They were beautiful. And I just ask that we have a moment of silence and adjourn our meeting tonight in the memory of Natalie Slivka.
Thank you, Mr.
Oh,
Are there any other adjournments? I don't want to go through it and announcing events, but maybe we will do that. I wasn't going to do, if that's okay. All right.
And moving to item 5 again, it is a resolution establishing as appropriations limited for fiscal year 2014 to 2015 pursuant to Article 13B of the California Constitution. I show no speakers on that.
All right, we have the staff report on item 5.
Good morning, Mr. President and members of the City Council. My name is Alfonso Solite. The resolution in front of you is authorizing the city to establish an appropriation limit for fiscal year 14-15 according to the state of California Constitution. And we would like for you to approve this because we cannot be able to proceed after doing budget if this appropriation limit is not approved.
Thank you. And Mr. Dyer?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve statute.
All right, been moved by Mr. Gallo, seconded by Ms. Kaplan, and I will just comment that the staff report says how clearly the formulas that the state requires us to do, and it's pretty much a formality. It doesn't really have all that much to do with exactly what we're spending on what kinds of programs. All right, with that, are you any, Ms. Schaff, you're not wanting to speak on this item. Okay, so I show no one wishing to speak, so we can go ahead. Is this just a way to vote? All right, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, 2 abstentions. So that is 7 ayes, the motion passes. All present.
Moving on to item 6, it is an ordinance amending ordinance number 13170, which sets forth the Council's general purpose fund financial policies to amend the requirements for authorization to use one-time or excess real estate transfer tax revenues for purposes other than established through this ordinance to allow authorization of such uses by resolution approved by a supermajority vote of the council. No speakers on item 6.
No speakers.
That is correct.
All right. Mrs. Schlein, would you like to?
Sarah Schlenk of the City Administrator's Budget Office. We are asking for a first reading of this ordinance change on the financial policies, as stated by the clerk. Just as a reminder, we first started discussing this on June 2nd at the first special budget meeting, and then at the Finance Committee on June 10th. The committee chose to send part of the ordinance change forward, which is the portion that you see here tonight, and then the rainy day and the change to the real estate transfer tax definition is being held in committee. And then on June 17th, we brought forward basically a draft of the ordinance that you're voting on tonight, and it essentially is the same that is in the packet tonight. So that's the report. If you have any questions, staff is available.
Ms. Schaff, did you want to speak to this?
my light is not working, so I'm gonna apologize if I end up having it on and off and not knowing. It does seem like the mic itself is running. I just had Two points. I know I'm a broken record. I continue to be concerned about our loosening of the fiscal policy, particularly in light of the fact that we have yet to adopt a rainy day fund policy, so I will continue to advocate for that. Secondly, I just want to raise a question, and this is kind of to my colleague, Councilmember Call. We started discussing this idea at rules last week, which is this proposal requires us to make a finding of necessity by the council. And Mr. Call had used the term in his suggested ballot language of a finding of extreme financial necessity or hardship. You used a slightly different term, and I just wanted to maybe put out the question about what term should we use and why. Maybe that there should be some consistency. Mr. Call, what was your suggested term?
They would correct that with their extreme fiscal necessity.
Mr. Call, can you talk a little louder?
I'm sorry. The term that is in that ballot measure on a different topic was extreme fiscal necessity. It wasn't defined. In fact, it said to be defined by the council by resolution at some point in the future. So it wasn't a specific definition, but that was the term that was used.